Hi everybody, it's time for me to give a reading for the month of June, and I'd like to start off with an experiment today. I'd like to tell you just how I'm feeling, and you can either resonate with that or maybe you're feeling completely different. But I'm hoping it might be an interesting way of getting into the month reading and making it personal. Frankly, I'm feeling exhausted. I think I'm still recovering from the pandemic in a way. Several bouts of COVID, a lot of hard work, a lot of running around. Quite a lot of work on this channel, my mum dying last year, and all the stuff that had to be organised after that. Many trips between Berlin and England. Then a very nice big family lunch that my husband and I made to celebrate our wedding, a bit late, delayed by the pandemic. That was at Easter. And then I collapsed, exhausted, and got this kind of sciatica, which the doctor tells me isn't actually real sciatica, and it's not as serious as I thought, but it really hurt. I've been in quite a lot of pain over the past month. And what I feel I need at the moment is to really come back to myself, to slow down and to have time for my personal projects as an artist, as a tarot reader as well, and just really have time to think and make my decisions with a bit more leisure and a bit more space. So keeping it short, that's where I'm at. Where are you at? Let's have a look at the cards. Okay, please give me a reading for June 2024. June 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, what I'm getting is this, and I'd like to refer it back to my confessional opening words. If the issue of this month is a certain feeling of defeat, and I've always been someone who has felt that I have to perform well in life, and to be, at the top of my game, to be pushing ahead, to be successful, I suppose you could say. And I think that's partly why I moved to Berlin, because there's less pressure to be successful in Berlin than in London. So if that's one's issue of this month, the necessity of to some extent admitting some kind of defeat. Now for me that is just okay. I cannot perform like a superhero at the moment. I can't be Superman or Superwoman. I have to accept that. What do I need instead during this month? The Nine of Cups. I need the basic comforts of life to be there, and if possible, preferably in abundance. The food on the table, the time set aside to watch a bit of Netflix, the after dinner coffee and the 85% chocolate. I need that at the moment, and I need to not feel guilty about that. A reversed Seven of Cups. This card, I think, is advising us not to be too distracted. Here are all the things we could be doing. We could be running around pursuing 7 different things all at once. And that drives us mad, doesn't it? So, okay. Just turn off from that feeling of distraction, endless distraction. And at the end, reversed Hanged Man. I think we don't, in this month, it doesn't have to be about personal development. It doesn't have to be about a breakthrough. We don't have to turn our worlds upside down in order to make headway. I'm just getting a feeling of quiet and comfort from these cards. That's probably the feeling that I want to get from these cards. Nevertheless, that's what I'm seeing. So let's have a look at the weather forecast spread, and let's see if we can get any more nuance from that for the month ahead. Now, as you may know, if you follow my channel, my weather forecast spread is not about the face value of the cards. It's just about the location of major arcanas and aces in the upright position, which house they are in. I'm not interested in the other cards. I'm not even interested in the face value of the cards. So I'm going to start by hiding all the cards that are not major arcana or aces. And now I'm going to hide the major arcana cards that are reversed. Okay, we have the 7th and the 8th house aspected here in this case. That's very simple. The 7th house is the house of partnership or collaboration or cooperation. I use slightly simplified house meanings, of course. I'm not a professional astrologer. I don't pretend to be. What I've done is I've developed this weather forecast spread using astrological house meanings just as a template. You can design any old tarot spread you want. We're all free to do that. And this is how I work with my weather forecast spread. So here I have partnership. If you're in a partnership, look to your partner for support and comfort in the month of June. Make sure your partner's okay. Do your bit to look after your partner as well. Let it be a two-way street, but just relax into that feeling of being loved and supported. If that's what you have, if that's what you want. If you don't have that, or if you don't particularly want that kind of relationship, I would say that it might be a good idea to look around for support on a one-to-one basis, good friendships, good collaborations, just someone who you can actually have quiet one-to-one time with this month. I think that'll be incredibly helpful. And now eighth house, I associate that with death and Scorpio. And in this spread, it's about the things that are leaving one's life, the things that we are letting go of. So without making it a big sort of a workshop situation or a big psychotherapy situation, just let things fall away if they're not necessary. So if you haven't got the energy to do something, and if you haven't got the motivation to do something, ask yourself whether it needs to be a part of your life. Now, clearly we have obligations, and to some extent we're not entirely free in our lives. But I think if we are conserving energy in this month, and if we are being ourselves, and if we are allowing ourselves to heal, I think it's worth asking ourselves what our priorities are and what we want to spend our energy on. And if there are things that we've been putting energy into which are no longer important, or which don't seem like they're important at this time in our lives, then I think it would be quite a good idea to let them go. So that's a pretty simple little bit of advice from the other dimensions today. I can take that on board. I hope you can. And I think that'll do for now, don't you? Those were my thoughts for the month ahead, June 2024. I'm Robert Farrar. This is Tea and Tara. See you next week with more of this stuff.